Alright, I'm back again on the Super A front. I would love to have video footage with this thing, but I ran out of, the batteries are dead, like always when I go to use something, and it just so happens I'm out of AA batteries. I finally was able to get everything put together for the governor and went to borrow the engine over, and it wouldn't budge. Put it in gear and, well, as you can tell, it ain't budging. So I went and pulled here, and if you remember, focus, there was a little bit of fluid coolant above the little tubes for the radiator. So I've lost a little bit more antifreeze. So I was like, well, maybe I'll just try to hit the starter lick and see if that works. Now keep in mind, I took pictures of the old dash, and as you can see, this dash doesn't want the battery box to go back in, so I'm going to have to figure that out. But I took pictures and put everything back together, but as soon as I hooked the battery up, because I just stuck the battery in there by itself, ignore the painter's tape, that was just color code stuff, you'll notice, I noticed there was some smoke immediately started coming. And as you can probably tell, that wire, yeah, right there, it goes on up through there, and as you can tell, it melted. So I must have wired something up backwards. I don't know freaking what, because I took the right picture. You would think it had tripped a fuse. No. Now, some of the gauges came from the original dash on this tractor. Some of them came from the other dash. I still need to figure out how I'm going to work the PTO. I think I just need to replace that spring for the detent on the PTO. But anyway, I said, what the heck, I would investigate the inside the engine to see what's going on. And if it will focus, there you go. Got a little bit of rust in piston cylinder 4. 3 is clean. 2, a little bit of rust at the very top, not too bad. And 1 looks clean. Again, would love to have the fancy bar scope. I don't have it. And I'm just trying to record this to the phone. So 2 may have a little bit of something going on. Don't look like it's... There may be an issue on down in the cylinder. I don't know. I'll have to put a soften on it and see if anything comes out. I can't really see any further down. I can see. I know this won't show up on camera. A little dot of green. That tells me head gasket is pretty much is sleeping on piston 4. And that's caused a little bit of rust around the rings. Solution is as follows. I'm going to, I got a little handheld pump soften. I'm going to try and hit a few licks, just see if anything comes out of all 4 cylinders. If nothing comes out, I'm just going to hit it with some Freon, let it sit a while, see if I can get it to move. I may just go ahead and hit all 4. I'm planning on, at this point, replacing the head gasket. I don't know how to do that, really, quite frankly. I'm going to see if there's someone local that can help me out with this and fixing my wiring woes. Yeah. Now, what caused this cylinder head to go out? That's a whole nother question. I'm going to assume that it was not funky beforehand. And with that assumption, I'm saying that not for wishful thinking, but because it was full of coolant. The only thing I can think of is when I started it to test the governor to see if it was just slow reaction time or no reaction time, or no reaction whatsoever. Maybe when it fired up and went full throttle, maybe that caused the head gasket to give. That's the only thing I can think of. The thing is, what I did was a proper diagnostic technique. And it could have been just ready to go. There's no telling when the last time that was changed. Game plan. Once I get that figured out, I guess I'll need to look at changing these belts. I'll definitely be changing the hoses out because, as you can see, they're kind of... this is a better side. Yeah, this is kind of ratty looking. One down bottom is pretty well dry rotted. When I do, I'll talk to someone about maybe helping me out with boring a hole in this to mount a temperature gauge on here. I really would like to do that just to be safe, just because it gets hotter than I'll get out in my area. And with running that flail mower, I don't want to overheat this thing, especially with just a thermos oven. Can't win for freaking losing. Maybe I can get out of not having to pull the valves and the rockers and everything to pull the governor or head gasket. We'll see. Oh well. Later.